The honourable member for Mount Pearl Southlands.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and it's a pleasure to get a couple of minutes now to speak on this motion. I certainly want to thank the members of the official opposition for giving me the opportunity, because it's not an automatic thing for me. I don't always get to speak on Private Members' Day. First of all, I just want to say, Mr. Speaker, right off the bat, that I do support the motion as brought forward by the official opposition. And, you know, it's interesting because in the throne speech yesterday, I was listening to the Premier, and he was going to start off by saying we should, I don't remember the exact words, but it was about something to the effect that we should be putting partisan politics aside in these tough times and working together. Now that eventually turned into, I guess, a big rant against the official opposition. Now, I can understand he felt provoked and so on. I'm not going to deny that, but he did say that at the beginning for that one brief moment. And here we are presented with an opportunity today to do just that, to put politics aside and to work together on something which is a very important issue, an issue that's affecting children and families all throughout Newfoundland and Labrador, in all of our districts. And it seems, and I guess we'll wait to see how the vote goes, but it sounds like our government is not going to support it. And I don't know why they wouldn't want to support it. I really don't know why they wouldn't want to support a motion that says that we are going to bring the stakeholders together now to take action. And I was very glad, by the way, I heard the Minister of Education and Early Childhood Development, I believe is the title. I heard him say that we were going to take action. People are sick of talk and we want action. And I agree with him. Lord knows I've spoken to many, many people, I'm sure we all are, who are sick to death of talking about these issues around inclusion. Teachers are sick to death of talking about it, administrators are, parents are, all the stakeholders are. And we all know that it comes down to resources. That's the biggest issue here. We didn't need to do any kind of a task force or summit or anything to know that it comes down to resources. Ultimately, that's what it comes down to. And I got to say that I did find it very disappointing when I listened to some of the members opposite, and instead of talking to the issue, and not all, I would say some did speak to the issue to some degree, but instead of talking about the issue at hand, all we heard was, well, you guys were in government, you didn't do it. You had 12 years, 10 years, 12 years, whatever. But I would just say, Mr. Speaker, that if we had to take that, and if we had to take that attitude, if every government over the years took that attitude, sure, nothing would change. Right? No matter what, the government would change. You would say, you didn't make that change, so therefore we're not going to do it. You never changed that legislation, so we're not going to do it. You never funded these projects, so we're not going to do it. I mean, if that's the attitude, to simply say, because you didn't do it, it's okay for us to say we're not going to do it, it doesn't make sense to me. I mean, we have to talk about the day. If you talk to people out there in the community, they are not interested in what happened last week, last month, last year. We all know there was issues with the previous administration and the administration before that and the administration, because nobody's perfect. And there's lots of blame to go around on all sides in all parties over the years. But we all know that, and everybody knows that. But people want to talk about what are you going to do today? On the day, you know, from here forward, what are you going to do? That's what people want to know. And here's an opportunity. Here is an opportunity for us to forget about the past and to move forward from today forward on a very important issue that affects people in all of our districts, and there seems to be no will to go down that road.
Order, please.
There seems to be no will to go down that road, and it's very, very unfortunate that the members opposite don't want to go down that road of working together collectively to support what should be an issue which near and dear to all of our hearts. I know if you talk to people, constituents, you hear so many times the issues around inclusion, whether it be the children that need services that are not receiving adequate services, whether it be children that need services, but because they're sort of on the borderline, if you will, so to speak, they're falling between the cracks, they're getting no services at all. And you also hear the frustration from parents around children who don't need services, but they feel that their child is not getting the attention they deserve because the teacher's time is tied up with the children that do need services, because there's not enough supports in place. And these are very serious issues. Now, I'm glad I support the task force, that the Premier had a task force on education. Great, good thing. I support it. I think everybody supported it. I think everyone who spoke and said they've supported it. But this is not looking at the broader issue of education. This is looking at the more specific issue around inclusion in the classroom. And to bring people together, and if the Minister was going to take action, which is great, again, I'll say, I'm glad to hear it. So I certainly hope next week when the budget comes out that we're going to see action taken. Now, I heard the Minister talk about 2018. There's going to be, they're going to take the report and the recommendations, and that's going to go to some committee, and that's going to go to someone else, and they're going to, do all these things. And in 2018, I suggest it'll probably be 2019, election year would be more likely when it would happen. But anyway, the fact of the matter is that action needs to be taken now. And in the absence of that action being taken now, then we at least need to work together to put a plan in place so that action can be taken as soon as possible. That's what I believe is being asked for here, and I will be supporting it. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.